Hello, I'm Eric Singer with Switchbacks FC. This is your definitive source on everything that is Switchbacks Football Club. And I am proud to say that I'm here with the coach, as always, to really define the plays of what happened last week and focus on what's happening this coming week. All right, let's focus on the home opener, which is coming up, and then we'll go back in time.
Okay. Well, at 1 o'clock this Saturday, we play Oklahoma City Energy. We're really looking forward to coming back home and playing on our field, playing on our nice big field. So we'll see what happens. We're gonna have a good week of training, and and learn from our last game, some mistakes that we made, and hopefully going into this game Saturday, we'll have a good all-around game.
You've had some good practices post-game from Austin. It's 1 o'clock at Sand Creek Stadium, Saturday, April 4th. What are you hoping to get from the guys this week?
Well, I was really happy with their intensity. The game in Austin was really difficult. The field was very narrow, and so on both sides of the ball, the Austin and us, it was really hard to get anything going in the game. There's no rhythm to the game. It was really a direct game. We gave up 2 bad goals, but like I said, we're going to learn from our mistakes coming into Saturday. And I've got to look at Oklahoma City a little bit, and I know we'll have a good game against them.
All right, we're going to go back in time for just a moment. Let's go ahead and roll the highlights or lowlights, depending upon how you want to perceive it. Go ahead and roll the video for us, Amanda. And Coach Steve Trittschuh will examine exactly what happened, the positives and the negatives. And you know what? From any game, even a loss 2-0 to Austin, there is something to be learned from that, some positives. We'll go ahead and roll that video.
Well, there was a lot of positives in the game. We created probably, I've watched the video a few times. We've created 6 good chances on goal that really I think, and our forwards think that they probably should have been goals. But this is the first goal we gave up, and it was kind of against the run of play also. It was, and up the field further, there were a few breakdowns that led to the guy on the ball being open, the number 20, and he got Kareem Smith kind of showed him inside, which he should have kept showing him down the line here. And as it's going, if he keeps showing him to the end line there, he's got no problems. But he lets him come inside, and then we get beat near post. Our keeper really should have done really a bit better on that. But it was against the run of play a little bit. In the 40th minute, it's really difficult to give up a goal right in the 40th minute, right before halftime. But the guys really regrouped at halftime, and I thought we had a good start to the second half.
All right, now let's focus on the statistics. What we learned from that is Switchbacks 10 shots on goal, Aztecs had 11. Obviously, there were a lot of shots on goal. That was almost nearly the same, but the end result, as we saw in the 40-minute mark, and then as we're continuing on to the next goal, what we're seeing is that there's a lot more definitive play by the Aztecs to get on goal.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of their chances were really half chances though, and it just, they didn't create a whole lot. This is the second goal here. The same thing, my outside defender Jamie McGinnis lets the guy come inside, and if he keeps showing him to the end line, he has nowhere to go. And so, really 2 mistakes here, but these mistakes also, up towards the higher on the field is where it all started, and it's just, there's a couple little breakdowns that lead to that, and then it ends up in a goal. But I was happy with the guys. They gave great effort. It was a very difficult field to play on, only 63 yards wide. And as you can see, there's lines everywhere. So, it's kind of confusing at times too. But for most of the game, I was happy with the performance. They took what we wanted to do tactically into the game, and they turned the ball over, a lot of times. But both teams did. But like I said, we're taking the positives out of this game. The intensity, the competitiveness of the guys, it was fantastic. And even this week in training, it's been great. So, we're looking for that to take into the game on Saturday.
And you're talking about that chemistry. I mean, every game you get more chemistry among the players. Let's focus on that.
Yeah, and that's true. If you look at our preseason, really this is our second quality game that we played. The other games, we did play against the Real Monarchs a few weeks ago, but then our other training games were just college games, and so it's not at that same intensity. So, and I was talking to the Austin coach. They had 10 games in the preseason, and 4 of those, 3 of them were against MLS teams, and one was against an NASL team. So, they were prepared a little bit better than us, and we lost some time here because of weather. I'm not trying to make excuses, sure. but that's what it is. And as we play as a team more, and we'll have better chemistry.
All right. Well, thank you, Coach. And of course, we're going to be talking with the coach in just a few moments. But first, we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back with Aaron King, one of the Switchbacks players, and he's also a Colorado native. We'll be back with more Switchbacks FC right after this.
Doing what we do for a living, we have to give that extra mile, even when you think you can't. Because not only are we taking care of people, but we're taking care of ourselves. At Centura, it is a culture of health. And as a group, we've brought that to the forefront to demonstrate to patients.
See Juliana's inspiring story at CenturaConnected.org.
Hello, I'm Eric Singer with Switchbacks FC, your definitive source for everything Switchbacks. We also heard just moments ago from Coach Steve Trittschuh. Now, let's hear from one of the players. Aaron King joins me. And Aaron, you have a unique story. You are a Colorado native, and it's always nice to hear from Colorado natives. Let's focus on your past, your present, and your future with the team.
Yes, I'm from Denver, Colorado. I went to high school at Smoky Hill. Out in Aurora. I went to NC State for college. I was drafted by the LA Galaxy and was fortunate enough to get traded over to the Colorado Rapids. So I spent a little time there and just happy to be back.
New team, new strategy, new coach. Tell me about that.
Yes, a lot of new things about that. But yeah, right now we're just trying to gel. I think we have a great squad. You know, I think that right now we're just trying to get that chemistry, but just work rate. Everything is there from that aspect, but just you know, trying to make sure that we're all on the same page coming into this weekend and the rest of the season.
Now, I have to say this, it's about his age. I'm not saying you're old, I just want to make sure on that. You are the third oldest on the team at 30 years old.
Yes.
How does that make you feel being 30 on a squad with a lot younger players?
I'm not old, I'm seasoned. I'm seasoned, right? No, leadership, you know, I just, it's good. You know, I've been around, I've been playing for 10 years now, and it's awesome, you know, being able to be an example, you know, just show my professionalism and working hard on and off the field. You know, so there's a little bit of responsibility, but it's awesome because you've been around for a bit and you know what to expect.
Home opener Saturday at Sand Creek Stadium. Should be exciting. You're going to be facing the Oklahoma City Energy FC. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. But first, let's roll the video. Amanda, go ahead and roll the video. We're going to look back in time. We're going to go to the Austin Aztecs game. 2-0, but you were on the losing end of that situation. Let's talk about that, your memories of that game.
Oh man, I still have a nasty taste in my mouth. You know, I felt like we could have got a result out of it. You know, I mean, we gave up a couple of unfortunate goals, but on the other side of it, you know, I'm a striker. I have to put my hands up. You know, we had a few opportunities that I thought we could have done better with, me personally. So yeah, just going into this week, you know, trying to work on our finishing, work on our goal scoring, and I think everything else will work itself out.
In practice, what has Coach Steve Trittschuh told you about what you have to look forward to and what you need to work on?
I think high pressure, intensity, composure, you know, that's something, high energy. I think that's something that's going to set us apart from the rest of this league, especially with the altitude here. You know, I think that's going to play to our advantage for sure. But I think just having the right attitude and mentality is something that is kind of flowing around the group, and I think, you know, a few games in, it'll be there.
And what are fans going to be expecting from that home opener, which is April 4th, Saturday, 1 o'clock at Sand Creek Stadium? What can they expect from you personally?
Me personally, excitement, energy. You know, I'm always hoping to score goals. That's all in the back of my head. But yeah, leadership, you know, but more so just an excitement and an energy to get the job done.
Now, for young players, I mean, as we're looking at this game, this is now in the past.
Right.
But so many young players, when they finish a game and they're on the losing end, 2-0, in this case to the Austin Aztecs, how do you get that out of your mind as a professional and focus forward? If you would tell your fans how they can do it, even in the high school, elementary, middle school level.
Definitely. First things first. Right when we got back to the hotel, I'm pulling up the game, trying to check it out. You know, trying to look at the film and see what we did well, what do we needed to work on. So I think make sure you figure out, you know, the positives, of course, but learn from the negatives. I mean, you know, try not to do that the following week, but you know, come out with a fresh, clean start, you know, the following week at training and go for it. You know, it's in the past.
All right, well, thank you so much, Aaron, and I will look forward to seeing you April 4th at the home opener, Sand Creek Stadium, 1 o'clock. And of course, we're going to be back with more Switchbacks FC, your definitive source for everything that is the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. We'll be right back.
At Kaiser Permanente, everything you need is under one roof. Another way care and coverage together makes life easier. Okay, a little easier. Become a member of Kaiser Permanente, because together we thrive.
Hi, I'm Eric Singer. Welcome back to Switchbacks FC, your source for everything that is the Switchbacks. Joining me now again is Coach Steve Trittschuh, the coach of the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. I'm proud to talk about this because we're now looking forward. No more thinking about Austin. Let's look forward to the OKC Energy FC, going to be here April 4th at Sand Creek Stadium, 1 o'clock. That's a Saturday. Should be pretty exciting. All right, roll the highlights, Amanda.
Yeah, well, this is the game from this last weekend. The first home game actually was in Tulsa. They had a really good crowd there, 8,000 people. So, we really want the fans to come out, sell the place out this weekend. But, the game ended 1-1. I've got to watch it a couple times just to get an idea how they play. I really know that we can play with this team. It's going to be a physical game. They're a very physical team, but I think with our advantage of the altitude and our big field, I think we can at least settle down and play and get a rhythm to the game and have a good success on Saturday.
Key players that you're going to be focusing in on for Oklahoma City Energy FC.
Yeah, well, right now, the number 10 right there, he's like their withdrawn striker a little bit. I mean, the kid, if you give him some time and space on the ball, he's very good. They have the holding midfielder, the blonde guy, number 5. He distributes the ball very well, and he tackles very well, sits in front. And then they have a central defender he reads the game very well. It's a hard-working team. And there's a few guys that stand out that I've seen on video. But like I said, I feel with the team that I have that we can do well.
Players to watch out for on your squad so that folks who go to Sand Creek Stadium on Saturday, April 4th at 1 o'clock to see the game, they're going to say, okay, that number. Those are some key players. I know it's a team effort. Yeah. There's no me and team, but things we should look for.
Like Aaron King was here. He did really well last weekend. The only thing he didn't do was score. He created a lot of chances for us. He defended well for us, what we asked him to do. And he's going to be a key on Saturday. My two central midfielders, Luke Vercoloni and Shintaro Harada, they need to control the middle of the midfield, and I'm looking forward to them, taking care of especially the number 10 there. And then my outside backs, I'm not sure who I'm going to start there yet, but I want them to get into the attack a lot. I want us to play a high-tempo game this weekend. I really want OKC to be feeling it the last 20, 30 minutes of the game, and then we can take advantage of them then.
Okay, taking advantage of them. 3 things that you're focusing in on practice that will translate on the field.
Really, and I told them that today at training. I want them to keep that intensity. If we're intense and we're intense and we're competitive and we're fighting for loose balls, we're going to do well. And then obviously we need to score. I mean, that's one of the things we didn't do this last weekend. And the other thing is just come out and play with excitement for these fans. These fans they've been waiting since October that we had the exhibition game here, and I really hope that the place is packed. And we can give them a good product on the field. Support your home team. And speaking of which, go ahead and talk to the fans right now. Give them that message from Coach. Hey, 1 o'clock, Sand Creek Stadium. We're going to play OKC Energy, the first inaugural home game for the Switchbacks. And we're really looking forward to you coming out. Come support us. It's going to be a great day out, what the weather says. And so, come out, support us, be loud, and make the other team hurt. All right, thank you very much. Coach Steve Trittschuh with the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. It's going to be a great game. As you were saying, of course, it's Saturday, April 4th, 1 o'clock, Sand Creek Stadium. Be there. And of course, we'll have a wrap-up of what happened on our home opener on our next Switchbacks FC show. Until then, have a great week.